Welcome to VAR India News Hour. Digital future is solely dependent on digital currencies. The technological revolution has also reached the financial system and even the design of money itself. Many payment innovations built on improvements to underlying infrastructures have been many years in the making. For instance, harnessing technological progress, central banks around the world have instituted real-time gross settlement systems over the past decades. Meanwhile, operating hours of these systems have continued to lengthen around the globe and in several countries are already operating almost 24/7. Individual consumers have grown increasingly comfortable with digital currencies through the rise of well-known cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ether, along with the e-commerce shift and continuous growth in digital banking. However, many major traditional financial institutions have been hesitant to incorporate or adopt digital currencies. Digital currencies can be divided into three categories, including central bank digital currencies, which are centralized and regulated by a nation's central bank but have not yet developed in all geographies. The other two categories, stable coins which link to fiat underlying currencies such as USD and EUR, along with native digital currencies, commonly known as cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ether, are both decentralized and more prevalent across markets. The underlying technologies of digital currencies, including blockchain, have matured to the point of mass distribution, and uncertainty in markets and institutions further pushes the adoption of digital currencies as a payment method as well as an investment hedge. With increased adoption and regulation, it is expected that digital currency usage will expand heavily beyond the initial use. Cryptocurrencies have already exemplified how blockchain can be used securely for payments, and as digital currencies grow, it is expected that blockchain will expand and become a standard across digital payment types. Besides the advancements in Internet of Things, digital currencies are expected to expand heavily beyond retail purposes and become a standard form of B2B payments. Financial services institutions are at a crucial inflection point to adapt to new technologies and the upcoming challenges of digital currency products and services. Regulations and data security will also be evolving, and digital transformations will only become increasingly necessary yet challenging for financial services. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. PM Modi will launch National Infrastructure Master Plan on 13th October. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch the digital platform for the National Infrastructure Master Plan, through which the entire network of projects from roads and railways to telecom networks and gas pipelines until 2020, with plans up to 2024 to 25, will be laid out. The master plan, named PM Gati Shakti, was announced on Independence Day and will bring together 16 ministries, including 7 crore infrastructure sectors, on one platform to synergize project planning across stakeholder ministries to avoid duplication, expedite clearances, and plug gaps at the right time. The objective behind the project is PM is very keen to ensure that this project is taken to the ground so that common man benefits. McAfee FireEye to focus on automation to enhance cybersecurity services. McAfee Enterprise and FireEye, both the companies into cybersecurity, has completed the merger with a deal of $1.2 billion in all-cash transactions. FireEye announced the sale of its FireEye products business to a consortium led by Symphony Technology Group in July, separating the company's network, email, endpoint and cloud security products from Mandiant software and services. At the same time, in March, McAfee sold its enterprise security business to STG in a deal worth $4 billion, paving the way for the two to be merged. Now both the companies will boast a combined customer base of 40,000, about 5,000 employees and almost $2 billion in revenue. Singapore companies to set up data centers in Uttar Pradesh. Yogi government is drawing companies, business groups and individual investors from far-off places. Several Singapore companies have shown their inclination to invest in the integrated township, electronics, logistics and data center sectors. ST Telemedia Global Data Center India of Singapore has taken the initiative to set up a greenfield data center campus in Gautam Budh Nagar. Along with this, big companies of America, Japan and Korea are also expediting their projects related to the IT industry in Noida. Apple to resume banned FaceTime call service in UAE. Apple's long banned FaceTime calls is apparently working in the UAE. The UAE's Telecommunications and Digital Government Regulatory Authority did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Apple also did not respond to a request for comment. The availability of FaceTime may also be only temporary, given that WhatsApp and Skype calls continue to be blocked. The UAE has never officially explained why the blocks exist, though it is thought to be a way for the country to control dissent in the country. With the use of encryption in VoIP platforms, the authorities may prefer to ban the platforms altogether rather than allow communications to pass through. Ola Electric to raise $200 million at over $5 billion valuation. Ola Electric has raised $200 million from a group of investors in a fresh funding round, valuing the electric vehicle maker at more than $5 billion. The latest funding round saw participation of existing investors and some US-based blue-chip tech funds, sources said. The capital will be used to accelerate vehicle development, including mass-market scooters, electric motorcycles and electric cars, as well as other form factors. That's it for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VAR India News Magazine. Stay tuned. Thank you.